Alright, so we're removing the spare tire carrier on a Jeep JL. Similar to the JK, but a couple smaller pieces that are different. So this is your tire carrier. When you go to take it off, remove every bolt you can see. I mean, all of them. Down here, all out throughout the hoop that goes over your spare tire and has your third brake light. Just remove every bolt and screw you can. And then you can separate the main piece from the top hoop, and when you split these and you pull them, get them all tore apart here. I probably won't be able to do it one-handed. This comes apart, but it's pretty tight right now. You pull that apart, you can pull all the wiring out of it. You can unscrew the top third brake light, toss this thing to the side, and then work on this piece. And if you got a backup camera, you either have to unhook the cables from the inside of the tailgate in order to pull the whole system out. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to have to pull all the wires out and then fish them back through. So I just disconnected everything at the instrument or the sensor. So I disconnected the third brake light at the third brake light. Disconnected, this is a 4xe, so there's a little speaker. That thing right there, a noise maker. Disconnected that. And then the camera is the part that a lot of people have a problem getting to because they don't realize this thing mounts through your tire carrier up through those 3 holes, and that's what you bolt your tire to. But this is actually 2 pieces. As you can see here, this plastic piece is what actually holds your camera. Well, this goes up inside there and goes out the shaft right there and lines up, I've got it upside down, lines the camera up with the hole on your spare tire carrier. Well, everyone unbolts everything. This falls right out, and they're like, well, wait a minute, how come the camera didn't come out? And then you see this little hole right here, and you see a little itty-bitty Allen head screw in there. Yeah, that's a trick. Don't even bother. Don't even pop this cover off. What you need to do is this is buried inside of your spare tire carrier, which is hanging off the back of your Jeep now because you didn't unhook the cables from the inside. And it's a press fit in there so good that it looks like it's part of the mold. Well, the reality is it's not. It's a separate piece. I would highly advise grab a couple tools here. A couple of these, they're like little molding tools. Something like this. You'll want it to be pretty robust, and you want a 90 degree. And you take that, and you get in, and it's best to start with this big hole. And then if you can get these other 2 holes, generally by the time you pry up on both sides of these, all 3 of these holes, it pops free, and then your whole camera assembly pops out. And then there's just 3 screws on that thing, and the camera comes off. Once the camera comes off, you got a camera dangling through that hole with this connector on it. And it's hard, but it's simple. You just push down on that tab. I had to grab a screwdriver and actually push down on that tab real hard to get it to finally click the first time. And now every time after that, it's easy to do with your thumb. So pop this off, then your camera comes out. Now this whole assembly is laying on the ground. You can throw it in the trash. Thank Jeep for an overcomplicated piece of machinery there. But now you've got the back all exposed. You got the wires hanging out. Now you can go with whatever it is you're doing on the back of your Jeep. So I hope that helps. I could not find a good video explaining all the different pieces in simplicity. Even a 30-minute video still didn't do it. Here we're going to try to do it in under 5 minutes and explain it. Any questions, post them in the comments. But decent job. I mean, basic hand tools as you've seen. And if you know what you're doing, it's 15 minutes. If you don't know what you're doing, it's an hour and a lot of cussing. But really, the only cussing was that camera piece. That extra piece there that did not look like it came out. I was almost at the point of just cutting the snout off of this thing just to be able to see in there and see what I was dealing with. And glad I didn't, but frustrating nonetheless. So if you got two sets of hands, this is far easier. But either way, watch the video. You probably knock this out in 15 minutes. So best of luck.